For 17 years, I enjoyed serving my community as a registered nurse. 13 years were in the emergency room, 4 were in the operating room. Also, since the age of 3, I've played the piano. It's the love of my life, as well as nursing was. It's kind of what keeps me sane as I go through what I've been going through. 13 years ago, I became disabled due to 7 chronic illnesses. Most are incurable. I've been paying $589 a month for premiums. And the coverage that really offers me is very limited. I've had to raise my deductible to $1,500 a year for medical, and my drug copay for brand name prescriptions annually is $500. So in the last 20 months, I've paid $11,589, and I have had drug copays that amount to $8,000. Approximately 6 years ago, Elmeron cost, the copay cost rather, was $25 for 200 capsules, which is roughly a month's supply. Now the copay cost is $250.31 for 180 capsules, which is how I came up with the slightly greater than 1,000% increase in this one drug. There are also medications that are standard treatment by world-renowned physicians for illnesses that I have, and Blue Cross refuses to add them to their formulary. To say that this has been devastating financially is just a gross underestimation. Now I have a fixed disability income that would cover my expenses if it weren't for the fact that my health care was so extremely expensive. It comprises 35 to 45% of my income, depending on how ill I am. To look at me, you'd never know I was ill. But in order to have any kind of life at all, I basically have to have long periods of rest before I go out and pursue activities. I do teach piano less than 10 hours a week to children, and occasionally I get a gig as a musician. But for the most part, I'm just on my fixed disability income, and something has got to be done now. There are people like me who have, in my case, 9 years before I have Medicare. I've been living in this home for 30 years, and I don't know if I'll be able to keep it. We need health care reform now. None of us who are in predicaments such as mine can afford to wait any longer. The insurance companies need to get out of the back pocket of the politicians, and the pharmaceutical industries need to do the same thing. Get out of the back pocket of the politicians so that there's some real change and real hope for healthcare reform, because citizens like me are hurting and we don't deserve it. Thank you.